All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Sunday, Slow Down Sunday. We finally got a Slow Down Sunday here in the cave. That's pretty awesome. We haven't done a Slow Down Sunday. How many times going to say Slow Down Sunday in the first minute? But we love slow songs here in the cave. I'm a huge fan of that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for today. And I know a few of you out there are excited too. Who remembers Pillow Talk? If you're from Connecticut, do you remember Pillow Talk? What was that? WRCH. I think it was on the weekends. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. They play slow songs. Welcome to Pillow Talk. And you could send in your requests. Anyway, and so now the king of slow rock is, of course, Yacht Rock on Sirius XM. Love that station. That's great. That's where I can get basically all of my material if I wanted to. 1970s soft rock, and that's where we're going to today. We're talking about the band Ambrosia. Who remembers Ambrosia? Ambrosia Salad. Not named after the salad. Ambrosia formed in LA in 1970. Settled in San Pedro. These four guys called themselves Ambrosia Might to start off with. How about that for a band name? That sounds like a prog rock name, and we'll get back to that in a minute. Then they started touring, and they couldn't Google anything, so they started touring, and it turns out there was another band called Ambrosia out there. So they had to change their names. I mean, who'd have thunk it? Another band called Ambrosia. So they did what a lot of people did, and they went to the dictionary. Didn't get very far and picked Ambrosia. I guess they weren't really looking to look around too much, and that's what they stuck with. And then they said their musical influences were indeed prog rock, King Crimson. Then they loved all the prog stuff that was coming out, but they also were fans of the Beach Boys, of course, coming from Southern California, and they started churning out this symphonic, melodic rock with some prog tint to it. They had a friend who worked at the Hollywood Bowl as a sound guy, and of course, he said, "Hey, why don't you come try out our new sound system?" Because he was a sound guy, and they did. And then there was some kind of executive there or somebody there that heard them and said, "Hey, I like you guys. Why don't you come play with the symphony here?" And they did, and that's what got them off and running and eventually signed to a label, put out their first album. It was engineered by none other than up-and-coming Alan Parsons, who would go on to a huge career in music, production-wise and singing-wise. And that record was nominated for a Grammy for Best Engineering. And they just started putting out records, doing their thing. They had some minor hits, and then by 1978, that was their big, huge breakout. And they put out How Much I Feel, which went to number 3. They toured with Fleetwood Mac, with the Doobie Brothers. I mean, come on, 78 with Fleetwood Mac and the Doobie Brothers. And then when they toured, they had to add another singer and another keyboard player, 2 keyboard players. And then back-to-back, 1980, another album with a huge hit, Biggest Part of Me, with 3 Grammy noms for this album. That one went to number 3 as well, but went to number 35 on the soul charts. And then another single off that one, You're the Only Woman, went to number 13. In 1982, their keyboardist left and was replaced by a young Bruce Hornsby, 4 years before he would hit it big, who played on their last studio record. So really their hot spot was between 75 and 80, but really, late 70s to 1982 or so. But they broke up in 82, got back together in 89, and been together ever since. Obviously with different members coming in and out. Some have passed away, but they're still going at it, still touring, especially in Southern California, doing their thing. So your song of the day, we're doing 2 for today because we've been gone for so long. We're doing both of those huge hits. We're doing How Much I Feel and Biggest Part of Me. When those come on, I don't change them to you. That's some good stuff right there. So those are your songs of the day on Slow Down Sunday. Slow it down today. Put on Yacht Rock all day long. Nothing like it. Beautiful day out there. Whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.